All right, y'all. So in class, we found out A and B, and we found out K was 1, and we found our base was 2, right? Let's do some other stuff. So let's use the point 4, 3 to find B and our B and K to find this actual equation. So we have 2 to the x minus h. We don't know that. Oh, I can even plug in 4, right? I know my x. X is 4. So 2 to the 4, because that's my x, minus h, which I don't know, plus 1, our k, equals 3. When I plug in x, I get 3. So I'm going to subtract my 1 over. I get 2 to the 4 minus h equals 2. Well, 2 to what power equals 2? Well, 1, right? So 4 minus h is 1. So h is 3, right? Because 4 minus 3 is 1. Sorry, that's pretty quick. So my overall equation of this beast is going to be 2 to the x minus 3, x minus h, plus 1. All right? Phew. That was tricky. You just plug in your x and y and solve for h. K we get from the asymptote, right? Our base we get from the common difference, how much it increases. And h we get by plugging in our x and y. So what's my domain and range of g? Well, it's an exponential. So my domain, I start at 1. I go to infinity. I get that because my asymptote, like this graph, looks like this, right? We have a horizontal asymptote at 1, which we talked about in class. I'm sorry. You, ninny. That's my range. So my range is from, sorry for any confusion, my range is from 1 to infinity. My domain is from negative infinity to infinity. And that'll help us with the inverse. All right. Whoo! Let's find the inverse. Switch our x and y. So we do x equals 2 to the y minus 3 plus 1. All right, now let's solve it. Subtract a 1, subtract a 1. X minus 1 equals 2 to the y minus 3. Now, how can I rewrite this to get y out in front? I'm going to do something wild. I'm going to do log base 2, right? By definition, log base 2 of x minus 1, right, equals what was in my exponent. Okay? So then I add a 3 to both sides. So I get log base 2 x minus 1 plus 3 equals y. All right. All right. Or, well, now I'm going to call it my g inverse of x. Hooray. Jiminy crickets. All right, let's graph these beasts. So, g of x, I'm getting from the table given to us up here, right? I can just plot those points. It's given to me. Okay? So g of x, I have 0, 1.25, right? 2, 1.5. Oh, that'd be up here a little bit. 3, 2, 4, 3, 6, 9, what's it go up to? 7. Let's do 717. 717. And it's going to have an asymptote at 1. Good enough. Y equals 1 asymptote. So now my inverse, what do I do with my x and my y? I could plot the other function, but watch this. Let's just pick some points. If I plug in 1.5 for x, what should I get for my inverse? 2. Remember, you're flipping your x and y. So I do 1.5, 2. Right? And I'm going to have a vertical asymptote, because I'm flipping those, at x equals 1. So we also are going to have the point 2, 3, 3, 4, 9, 6, 17, 7, right? 17, 7, 9, 6, 2, 3, 3, 4. So it's going to look kind of like that, right? So that's my inverse. And then for my domain range, I just flip them from what we did before, right? So my domain would be from 1 to infinity, and my range would be from -infinity to infinity, because it's the inverse of the original. All right, I hope this helps. Good luck, guys. Bring in questions tomorrow if you got them.